it on the most insane difficulty ever. I've never done this before. I am pretty sure I know what to expect. I'll try and fight it as little as possible, all while trying not to die. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm just doing the basic gathering, trying to get some quest stuff done, get some basic setup, and then I'll walk around the area, see what I can find. Let's do this. I'm sorry about the inconsistency of the streams for all of you who do follow me. For all future followers, I don't have Plus, so I can't do Minecraft multiplayer. Also, welcome to the stream. But yeah. So I usually play Minecraft, Fortnite occasionally, or I don't have PlayStation Plus. I can't play online. I can't play multiplayer anyway. Stuck to solo games and Fortnite for a little while.
You have someone viewing?
Yeah, Drake. He's viewing my stream. I'm not playing Minecraft, I'm playing 7 Days to Die. Please, this is far from it. Tell me where you see blocks. I see boulders and normal looking trees. I do not see blocks. Silly. It basically works the same way as Minecraft, but alright, smartass. It basically works the same way as Minecraft, it's just a lot harder, and instead of a versatile range of different monsters, you've got a versatile range of just zombies. There's spiders, zombies, there's ferals. That's a rock. And to my right is a tree. And then if we keep spinning, there's another tree. And another tree. And some boulders. And a stump. Rock. This is a rock. Yeah, it's a rock. It's a giant boulder. And there's more boulder, 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 boulders. I'll be right back. Please excuse the slight delay and no moving. And I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. I have the infamous slash famous Dragon Knight watching my stream at the moment. Go check out his channel. I also have Kitty's Corner sitting behind me in the background. But she's a little bit sick, so my slight pause was to take care of her for a minute.
I'm sorry.
It's alright, it's no problem. I don't mind. But, yeah, we'll just get this little bit of setup out of the way, get some basic tools, try and get some basic clothing, and we'll see how long I can survive on hell mode, is what I'm going to call it. That's basically what this is supposed to be. Come on. Thank you. Quick move. Quick place. Oop, wrong button. Very funny. Very funny, Drake. You forget, I know you. Trust me, you can't miss the zombies in this game. They are loud and noisy. And I'm talking about kind of noisy. The dumb ones you would see in like Walking Dead or something where they're constantly just growling and crap. Yeah. Hope I don't get copyrighted for that. However, to those of you who do not play 7 Days to Die, they do have a Walking Dead DLC where you can actually play as Michonne, Glenn, and a few others as extra skins. I would either think or brains. But what does the zombie say to the zombie? There we go. Starting to get somewhere. Hello, zombie brother. Have brain having a good day. Yeah, that'd be something I would say. Good one, Drake. By the way, to everyone who hasn't played, placing a bedroll can save your life. It can also royally, royally, royally screw you. So be careful where you place them, and if you can't get back to your original, you can always make a new one and it'll overwrite the original. So instead of having, say, this is my spawn point, and I would put one over there by that rock, instead of this one being my spawn, the other one would be my spawn. It can screw you by getting you trapped in a building or getting you trapped in a place that you don't want to be. There are multiple ways. It's really just a dependent on how screwed on where and when you place it. Like to place it outside instead of in a safe building or a safe location, kind of like what I'm doing now, and it becomes day 7, which triggers the what most people who've played this game called the Blood Horde or Horde Night. You're in a world of hurt. Not that kind of screw. Keep it PG a little bit.
Apparently the package is not. I remember sent it wasn't what you were hiding. Or it'll be only one other person that might send me stuff from Amazon. And that's really creepy if it's him. That'd be Jared.
In bed, Drake?
KNMLTL. Most likely he was falling asleep.
By the way, there are things such as bears in this game, and they are more of a thing you'd rather stay away from until you have at least the equipment to take one on. Ooh, that is a stuck pig. And there's also a bear. Oh, I thought it was stuck. Yeah, bear, I'm just gonna go this way. Because I will not mess with you right now. Do not have the weaponry and or the firepower. And or the health or armor. Yes, I'm making a hasty retreat. And I do not care. At this moment, I'd rather choose to survive than to die. But at least now I know where a camp is, so I guess there's some good news. You're not stuck. At least not as stuck as I want you to be. Why is it that when I don't have a gun, deer are everywhere, but when I do, they're not a single one in sight? Yeah, I'd say so. But that is okay. This is about survival, not about looking good. Once or twice, so be it. I'd rather run away to live to slay another day. Ooh, jars. Now if I can only find a frickin' pot. Or enough stuff to make one. Good source of water. This is normally where I like to build. Places like this. Plenty of resources. These are the ideal spot for me. Other people have differences in opinion. That's perfectly fine. Most people I've seen don't really like pretty much. Ooh, I found a flashlight. At least I won't be alone in the dark. Now, there usually are ways you can circumvent a zombie for a little while, but they're a lot harder to build, and 90% of the time you won't have the supplies to do it right off the bat. One way is to build a house in the water, and supposedly that's supposed to keep them off of you. I don't know if that works. I've never tried it completely. I've built it on the water's edge far enough away to where I could get back to land if I needed to, but not so far out to where I would freeze to death before ever hitting land. So I might actually try that out later on when I'm more established. It just depends. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not much of a talker, so I apologize if I repeat a few things. Did not know this water source was this freaking big. I mean, it's great that I found a giant water source. It's also bad that I'm surrounded on all sides by a water source. Because it means limited places to go. Two pairs of sunglasses and a stump. Why not? Where? Ooh, black denim pants. Sweet. Nope, my shirt's better. So you're kind of useless. You're useless pretty much until winter. Okay. Well, so far I found 2 pieces to a gun. Too bad they're completely different frickin' guns. Name a useless thing in a zombie world? A broken gun. Because without a working one, you really ain't got nothing. And yeah, you can make bows and arrows, crap like that, but what good is it gonna do you if you ain't got the firepower to actually use it? But then again, that's just me. Yeah, money. Believe it or not, gold is useful in this game because there are traders that have invincible forts that can't die. But money, yeah, I'd say it's pretty useless. Depending on the bikes, if you're not very good at driving one, they would be kinda useless to you. But at the same time, it's also one of the best modes of transportation because it's the most silent, other than walking. Hey, another part of a shotgun. Might actually be able to make a shotgun eventually. I have to find the schematic. Oh, I don't like that. That means I'm close to Savage Lands. Shit. Yeah, I'd say outdated milk, but that's kind of useless anywhere. Even out of a zombie apocalypse. Because who would want outdated milk? Another thing that would probably go out of date would be manners. Because most people would rather just fend for themselves. Me, I'd prefer to work together than to just feed an undead and constantly growing zombie army that may or may not die out. You never know. That's right. Thank God. Thought that was a bear for a minute. Oh, my arrow's done. Wooden club. Make 2 more arrows. And a bow. You've just learned how to secretly power level your starting gear. Congratulations. Note, I did not say it would be high level. That usually depends on how many bird's nests you find and how many feathers you can make right off the bat. Which, with the biome I'm in, is kind of a 50-50 chance. But it's a start. If you do this for the first couple of days, you can usually have yellow tools and weapons before your first horde night. For me, and having this on the hardest difficulty I possibly can, I don't know how well yellow will do me. I'll probably spend most of the night running like hell. If I can run. But we'll wait and see. We'll see how this goes. I may end up dying on the first day. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. By the way, if you like the content so far, make sure you smash that like, tell your friends, and definitely hit that bell notification to be notified of when my videos are updated. I usually try and do one about once a week to once every 2 weeks, but it depends on my work schedule and how often that actually happens. My schedule constantly shifts, so I'm not always free on the same day every day, but I try my best. Can't blame a guy for trying, right? I mean, you kind of could depending on the circumstance, but you know what I mean. Creepy Season 1. Wah, ah, ah. Okay. So far, all I'm finding are frickin' zombies everywhere, and not a single ounce of decent loot, other than 2 parts to a shotgun. But no schematics, so I can't put them together. And I don't have the weaponry to kill a zombie. Unless I kind of just whack one to death with a... you don't always spawn in a burning land. I actually spawned in this biome. It really, but usually to get out of a burning zone, I usually just pick a specific one direction and kind of just run. If you see Savage Lands, which looks like the end of a nuclear fallout, turn around and run the opposite way. Otherwise, if you don't feel like going around and you don't mind losing a little bit of starting HP, you can always just die and respawn in a random location. Not always recommended, but it's a safety precaution nonetheless. I usually just prefer the whole pick a direction and run. If I find water, then I know I can find something. Oh, great. Yay! And now I get to run from zombies. But yeah, most of the time I just pick a random location, a random direction, and just start running. Burning zones are decent places to grab decent loot, but like the Savage Lands, you have a risk of dogs. Not as high of a risk, but still a risk nonetheless. And, by the way, thanks for joining, Shiva. If you're still here. I really wouldn't consider the start of this thing a survival guide. It's more just a base on how to learn the game. It teaches you how to craft and... Oh yeah, it's definitely dangerous. But, to craft, you just hold square if you're on system, and this little hammer right here, that opens up your crafting menu. The person opens up your inventory. You're best off trying to find as many feathers as you can right off the bat, but also try and find areas like this with plenty of resources. Otherwise, it's kind of just a random run in one direction until you find something. I usually like spawning in places like this. Burning Lands is alright if you are spawned next to a group of buildings when you first start. But if you're just in the wide open, pick a direction and good luck. I don't mean to sound like an ass or anything, it's just... that's about the best I can give you. Pick a direction and run. If you find water, try and stay in it to keep yourself cool. And try and find green areas if you can. The mines are a decent place to find mushrooms, which are good for stews and stuff like that later. At the beginning, they're not really much help, but they're better than nothing. Your better bet would be to mark them on your map with an X or something, and then come back to them later once you have a cooking system established. The mines are a good place for nitrate, and if you have enough of a found... Oh yeah, definitely. If you just make one wrong step, there's a good chance you're going to fall to your death in a mine. I've made that mistake a few times when I first started. It's a common thing to do, especially if you've never played games like this before. Trust me, I've died a couple times. When I actually played with Kitty's Corner the first time, she had an SMG and all the ammo. I had a club and a bone shiv. Zombies decided to spawn out of nowhere. She screamed, ran inside, locked me out to fend off 8 zombies with a bone shiv. Yeah, it feels different, but once you get down and kind of get into the groove of things, it's really not that bad. You'll have a pretty good, decent amount of fun once you get used to the controls and how the game kind of plays. She doesn't always do that, and you know that, Drake.
No, it's me. He's right.
One good note, if you can ever find honey, which is this yellow liquid right here, it cures infection. I'm not really sure how to explain it in simple terms, because what I've played, I've kind of just learned as from my failed attempts. The best thing you can do, really, is just play at your own pace, learn from your mistakes, and try not to do it again. I know that kind of sounds like crappy advice, but it's the best thing that I've done that kind of helps. Like me, I always keep mixing up different frames. Okay. 1, 2. Come on. You know what? 3. Trust me, at the beginning, 30 starting health, once you actually get up there, isn't really too much. You'd rather lose 30 than be dropped all the way to like 50. Back when this game first started, your base cap was 50 if you died so many times, and then it wouldn't drop any lower. I think now they stop it at 70. I haven't died past 70, so I'm not really sure. But appreciate the compliment. I'm glad my advice is not too crappy. Or crappy in other people's perspective. But take up your scavenging as far as you can, as fast as you can. That's easily done just by finding stumps, concrete at the start is a little bit more difficult to manage. You're better off solid foundation, but not really trying to go overboard, would be to grab clay and stone and make yourself a cobblestone shelter instead. Concrete is more of a later on thing, whenever you can gather mass amounts of stuff quickly, whereas the beginning of the game you're kind of stuck to limited amounts of resources because you can't gather them as fast. Sorry, lost my train of thought. But concrete is, yeah, that would work. That'd be a solid foundation for and easy to do at the beginning. However, concrete is more of a later on kind of thing when you're able to gather massive amounts of cobblestone and wood and clay and all that other crap, and you have to get the cement mixer, which takes a lot of freaking parts to make. I think it takes more than the freaking workbench does, but let me see. I need this one. Where is it? Right here. You have to have mining tools at 20, construction tools at 10, just to even get the... Really? Really? I was in the middle of talking. Yeah, the building tools, the construction tools, you just get by hitting the wooden frames. That's the fastest way to do it. The mining tools, you're better off making shovels and digging up your clay and everything that you kind of need. Construction tool, mining tools can also be done with your axe by chopping down stone and the wood. It's not as fast of a jump as having like a wood axe or something else, but it is a lot faster than trying to wait until you find one. You can make them later on, but it's a little bit more of a hassle and not always easy because, well, you see the jackass still following me. By the way, zombies have no respect. No respect at all. Okay, Drake, hug. I'm not above hugging friends and stuff. Heck, I'll even hug people that aren't my friend if they really need one. Ooh, money. Finally found money. Now, the gold tokens right here in my hand, those are your money. Are you spawning in a random gen or are you doing Naves game? 90% of the time when you're doing the actual map for the game, you're gonna spawn there. It's not always. Sometimes you get lucky and you spawn elsewhere, but 90% of the time, yeah, you're spawning in a fireland, in the burning zone. Really? You are still following me. It can also depend on your name, too. When you name your games, sometimes they affect your spawn location. Like, I did, Timber one time, just to be kind of like a joke thing. Ended up in the snow biome. That was fun. For all of, like, 3 seconds. Good place for loot. Bad place to start out. Die. And you see. Okay, that explains why you spawned in the burning land. It takes your... Look, I'm telling you, this game... No! Ow! No! Oh my god, that hurt. Oh my god, that hurt. This game takes your names into very careful consideration. Last light being like a fire. Yeah, you'll most likely spawn in a burning zone. It doesn't tell you that it does, but believe me, and I mean believe me, it takes your names into high consideration. Yeah, a little bit. Oof. That hurt. Oof. And this is why I tell you, run away from the zombies until you have a gun. Because zombies hurt a lot. Sometimes. Like if you named it, for instance, Futurama, you might spawn next to a town or closer to a town. But like I said, it's random depending on a lot of variables. Like it could spawn you in a crossway and you'd have nothing else around for miles. Trust me, I've done it. Really? Come on! Jesus. Zombies on insane difficulty. 3 shots almost kill you. I haven't found any shopping malls. Now, I have found, like, stadiums and stuff, and I'm pretty much walking around a giant-ass circle. Apparently I'm on a freaking island, folks. Who knew? But, I've found stadiums and hotels and a couple of other things, so that's a big maybe. I haven't found a giant top shopping center yet. I've been looking for one to make sure, but as of what I've found, no. Now, I may be wrong, or might be, but I've never personally found one. So I honestly couldn't tell you. You have to make sure to pay attention. There are people who play on PC that also play this game. I haven't found anyone that plays a PS4 loot 'em all yet. Now, don't get me wrong, just because I haven't found one doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But there are things like grocery stores, shopping messiahs, shotgun messiahs, poppin' pills. Yeah, that's why.
PC has more stuff than console.
Yeah, PC has more stuff than console does, because PC gets special treatment, in my opinion, when it comes to this game. I mean, I may be wrong, and maybe just because consoles can't handle it. Don't know. I'm not the developers, and nor do I keep in contact with them. But, from what I've seen in systems, we don't have giant shopping malls. Lucky you. Alright, so can't find anything on floating island there. So, I guess... yeah, I do. Yes, I do play multiplayer every now and then, but right now I'm kind of just doing this for like a joke thing. Not really a joke thing, but more like a what if. You know, what would happen if I decided to play on the hardest difficulty. And as you can see, I've almost gotten killed once by a zombie in 3 hits. But yes, I do play multiplayer. I don't own a PC. I want to get one at some point. For consoles, you just go to the crafting thing, and if you have the wood, it's right here. Secure storage chest. You can place them on walls to make a little bit more of a storage system kind of thing. You can make shelves out of wedges and a bunch of other stuff. There's a lot of decorating you can do to a point, but make sure that your place, wherever you build, is structurally sound. Because if you don't, it will fall on your head. Hey, land ho! Hey, look, glitch spot.
Oh, just a sheer shadow.
No, right there. On the rocks, there's a glitch spot. Water is not supposed to normally do this. Not as far as I'm aware. Give me just 1 second, and I can figure that out. Gotta figure out which one it's in, though. Okay, so this is the storage things. These. If you can find a gun safe, they have about 1,200 points of health, and if you decide to make a base around a decent chest, but otherwise there's only chests and these storage boxes from what I can make at the moment. If I had a crafting table, I could tell you if there's more, but from my current perspective, I don't remember. Scrap. But, as far as chests go, I'm pretty sure you can... That honestly depends on your style of playthrough. If you're one of those ones that likes to build underground shelters, then underground would be more your style. If you're one of those ones that likes to build in a mountain, there's that. There's underwater bases. There's literal floating islands on the water. It more just depends on your playstyle. There really is no right or wrong way to play a game, in my opinion. But that is a good question to everyone. Shiva asked, is it better to build above or underground? Honestly, that, well then, you know, like I said, that all depends on you and your playstyle. Me, I like water shelters.
Building underground's harder than building on land.
Building underground, you have to make sure it's structurally sound.
You gotta dig it all out.
Make sure there's support pillars. Other than that, you know, go for it. There's underground bunkers in some towns that you can take residence in.
The last time we built underground, it wouldn't let us spawn on our beds. It was so obstructed.
If you do, the roof is at least 4 blocks tall, enough for you to at least jump once, even if you hit your head on it. And make sure there is a flat surface, or your bed will always be obstructed and you can't spawn on it. Just build support beams. Like, take regular wooden frames, build it 4 blocks high. There's your support beam.
I dig it out and build a room with wood.
Now you can build wooden boxes around the whole thing. Whoop. Good spot for loot. Bad spot for a zombie. You can also do nope. You can. The only thing I recommend is whatever direction you're going, don't make it more than 5 blocks. If you make it more than 5 blocks, make sure you build some kind of support system. Otherwise, it will fall on your head and crush you. And believe me, I've had it done multiple times. At least enough to know that. You're very welcome. Thank you for commenting and thank you for watching my stream. If you like what you see, I'll try and, if you liked my advice and content, I may actually start doing a tutorial thing just for new players to kind of teach them how to do things. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see what about getting one of those tutorials up and running for new players and stuff. I knew you weren't dead. Die! Alright. I'll make sure to try and get some tutorials up at some point. I plan to do them at the start, but I kind of got sidetracked with other things. Ah! Finally, one dead! One dead! Ah, crap. I missed. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the new subscriptions, Shiva. I appreciate that. I'm gonna run out of arrows. This is bad. This is bad. I'm gonna run out of arrows. Die, please. Die, please. And I'm out of arrows. Holy crap! I just defeated 2 zombies! No, but I've wanted to. I've heard it was actually a pretty decent game and it was supposed to be fun. I've never played it. I kind of want to. By the way, just for people who have never played this game, get rid of zombie bodies. Because if they stay around long enough, they attract more zombie bodies. And if you get enough zombie bodies, you get what we call a screamer, which, as she screams, summons more and more and more zombies. And she doesn't stop until you kill her. You know what? We're gonna drop this one random feather because we got more crap. You can only carry about a stack of feathers at a time, so anything less than I'm carrying too much crap. Yeah, I gotta make 2 spaces. Okay, let's see how we're doing this. Gonna use this for temporary. There's that. Come on. Oh, it's gonna take a minute. Crap. Okay. Okay, my shoes are better, so I'll scrap those. Technically both. I have an English accent. I'm born and raised in America, and our accent on quote-unquote English is a little different.
You're American.
I'm American, more or less. I'm kind of...
An American English accent, what people call English, is different than what she means. She means British. Or he, I'm not sure if it's a he or she. That was rude of me. They mean British, I think.
Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Okay. Let's just get some marks.
Oh wow.
You're up late, aren't you?
It's only 10:15 here.
It's only 10:15 here in America.
PM.
PM, not AM. Poor pig is just running back and forth with two zombies. As long as it doesn't lead him over here, I don't care. Okay, let's see, let's see, let's see. I've got a ways to go. Let's make a whole stack of arrows. Now, like I said, depending on your spawn thing, you can get stuff like this, where you're spawned on literally just a bunch of islands. But, oh crap.
We have a couple of our British friends we hang out with a lot. Both of them we met on the PlayStation, actually.
Both. If you're not careful, you can step on landmines, which would kill you pretty quickly. If you run over them fast enough, you actually can get away with minimal damage. As for cave mines, you can drop, and it's pretty much almost an instant kill. Just depends on how deep the thing is when you fall in.
Land mines are around army bases,
Burning lands, and savage lands.
And savage lands.
They're also in burning lands, just not as often.
I've never seen them in burning lands personally. But I know they're in savage lands, which is the one that's pretty much all rock and rubble, with a few junk cars in different places.
Like I said, it looks like a nuclear...
Junk buildings.
Like when I said in the beginning, savage lands look like a nuclear fallout zone.
What we need to do a novice game one day and show them the different lands and what they're called. Yeah, the military
That's a
bases
military
have them around
base. They're good for loot. Bad for sometimes military zombies or feral zombies. And dogs. Lots and lots of dogs sometimes. But if you spawn near one early in game, you don't have to worry about the zombies, and they're a decent loot spot. And yes, I mean decent. I don't mean they're great, but it also depends on your scavenging level. The higher your scavenging, the better off you are, the more stuff you'll find. Sometimes you'll even find fully intact guns, which in this game are a blessing and a curse. Because once you find a gun, they are your greatest survival. And at the same time, they are your worst nightmare because they make a lot of noise. Crap. Go ahead and dump. Oh, didn't mean to dump those. I want these. Don't really need cotton. But yeah, bases with...
Yeah, that's Burnlands.
Yeah, that's Burnlands. It usually means that it's been caught ablaze by something. And, you know, kind of just like burned to bits. But the ones that look more like nuclear fallout, like a bomb had just suddenly hit and everything was kind of like rubble, that's Savage Lands, and that's where most of the dogs reside. It's also usually where you'll find the central city, which is great for loot, horrible for zombies, and horrible to go in alone on your first day. Once you're a little bit ahead, or you can make some decent weapons, then yeah, I recommend going into a loot and kind of just looting the outside, avoiding the big looking aliens that are feral zombies. But other than that, have fun with it. This game is usually meant to play with people, not alone. You do that. Hopefully you get a better one that doesn't spawn you in Burning Lands. Hey, I finally made it off of actual islands. I might have actually found normal land. By the way, night vision goggles in this do work, but they don't work as well as they should. Really? By the way, I call these Mr. Angry because for whatever reason they always look pissed off.
No, they're tall, dark, and angry.
Yeah, tall, dark, and angry is what I always call them because they are always mad. They're always stomping around. Oh! Okay, okay, okay. That just spawned out of nowhere. Hey, found a cave. No, you can make ladders in this game. Let me get somewhere safe and I can show you. Because, for one, I don't trust bears. Two, I don't trust zombies. And they are rude. And like to eat people. Okay. Amazing I managed to run that far that fast. Right here. All you need is 6 wood and you'll make per ladder. There's also metal ones and I believe stone ones. Let me just check that. Let me type in ladders. Be faster. Ladder. Okay, there's wood and metal. Metal makes 3 forged iron. Stronger, not as much as you really need. They're good for if you want fewer supports. Wooden ladders is pretty much for basics. You can upgrade later on. You don't really have to at the beginning. And ladders are more just to kind of get up and down rather than to everyday function. All of this time, and I have not found a single cooking pot out in the wild. Normally I do by now. I mean, maybe if I would have went to that camp that was all the way over here, I probably would have found one, but... Too many zombies! Too many zombies. Yeah, hunger. Triangle. Eat. By the way, blood. Just the bit that's not supported would fall. The stuff that is supported would stay intact. But then you run the risk of everything else just kind of falling around it, and then everything just falling in with it. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, in a way. You have to take risks to get reward. Scrap. Definitely wear those. They're better than what I got. Scrap that. Quick move this. Wear it. Quick move that, because that's better than any frickin' thing I'm gonna have. And I'll scrap you, because I can always make more later. Yay, I finally found actual land that isn't an island. Ooh, duffel bag. Crouch. And whoop-de-doo. Guess that's the way the cookie crumbles, people. Find one good thing just to find other crap. Anyway. Hunting rifle barrels, better than nothing. Let me complete this real quick. Campfire. I can make those later. Move this down here, move that, and place. I'd say so. Of course you're all the way over there. Maybe. I mean, you never know until you try. There's a good chance it could. Could always try it and find out. I think the last time I did it, it spawned me in a snow zone. Just to see what would happen. I deleted the world shortly after, but because it was more of a joke just to see if it did go with stuff like that. And I never tried putting it in to see if it would put me somewhere else. But might do this long enough to get to the trader. Let's see if we can get to trader and then we'll cut the video off for today. By the way, when you first start out your missions, if you do them real quickly, they just give you an early way to get rid of stuff you don't need. Like if you find extra pants or clothing or whatever, it's a good way to get rid of it quickly with no real catch. You can build up a little bit of money and maybe buy a little bit of food, but other than that, it's really not worth finding the trader at the beginning until you've either found a treasure map or some kind of thing that's actually worth it. Like if you can find silver, gold nuggets, or anything of that sort, best money in the game. Other than like fully upgraded weapons and crap like that, but who would get rid of a weapon? There's three different ways that I've found. One, you can find it scavenging. That's what this little coin thing in my hand is. They're called Duke's Casino tokens. You can get them from scavenging random bags, sometimes bird nests, cars, etc. Other ways is to find where I'm heading now, which is called a trader, and you can either sell stuff or loot their crap and sell it right back to them. Another is to find treasure maps and find the chest, which gives you usually bare minimum of about 20 gold, 20 thou, or 20k in money. Usually, sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes it just gives you a crap ton of bullets. Sometimes it gives you nothing at all. I've had it happen to me like twice. Right.
Did you see the joke sheet they made?
Yeah, most of the time, treasure maps are the fastest way, but it's better off if you would go, and I'll probably do a tutorial on this later, but under the scavenging tree, underneath your skills tree, which looks like a little guy in a college cap, you go here, and there's this right here called Treasure Hunter. If you can get all three of these, usually you'll be right on top of the chest, and you only have to dig maybe 1 or 2 blocks to find it. Always do 3 blocks down, 5 blocks out, and then do just a giant circle to link it, and then just expand from there if you don't get all 5. Do hit the edges, because I have seen that if you don't, you can actually miss that crap. I did it twice. I couldn't find it. I decided to go past the border zone that I had already set up that I wouldn't go past, and I ended up finding it right underneath one of the boxes that I set there to mark the boundary. Yeah, I buried my own box. Oh, random zombie sitting on a rock. Glad to know you spawned on top of a rock. Now, another thing that you can do is if you have the athletic skill up there enough, and you get this sexual Tyrannosaurus, get about 3 perks on this, and you can pretty much almost infinitely run. Your stamina drains extremely slow. Get beer, coffee, or energy drinks, and they have pretty much the same effect. They're not permanent, but they're a good way to get to and from when you need to in a pinch. And hello, another zombie. You ever find bullet tips? Keep them. I think you need sleep if it's 3 a.m. I don't need nitrate powder for now, so I guess I'll drop that. Need it later, but right now I can deal without it. Where are you going? Crap! And that's why I hate zombies. Unless they're right up on you, you don't even know they're there. Oh, I'm sorry. Hope you get better soon.
Yeah, it sounds like me. I either can't sleep enough from being too sick, or sleep too much and being too sick.
You're very welcome. I probably should be hitting these things anyway, but where'd it go?
If you've still got people watching, then you can keep going.
I think Drake fell asleep, and then I've got my new subscriber Shiva watching me.
Well, then there you go.
Trying to find some ways to keep this entertaining without boring people to death. Come on. Of course not. Anything? Nope. Run for your lives. I have found that if you're willing to sit and mine the resources, you're fascinated. Well,
You doubt yourself too much.
well, I'm a bad first experience to be watching because I'm playing on freaking hard mode. The normal difficulties, if you're a new starter and you want a little bit of a challenge but not something that's going to outright kill you,
Just start with the default.
start with adventure and go up from there if you feel like more of a challenge. If not, go to scavenger, and it's not as much of a challenge, but it's still enough to get you by. To me, scavenger is boring, but I play with people who are new to the game and don't really know the game basics and mechanics like I do. So I usually do too. Like I said, I made this just to have a little bit of fun and see what the hell I can come up with. I'd say so far, if I manage to kill 2 zombies in this mode, I am doing well, even though I'm completely out of arrows. Speaking of which, I probably need to make more. I've been going on and on this whole time and keep forgetting that I need to make arrows. Oh, crap. Well, scrap you, I can get more later. 91 is what I can make. I need to keep at least 5. Yeah, 5 work. 86 arrows will get me around somewhere.
Adventure is the default one.
Get out of that so I'm not
is
clicking
the
everybody
one
to
that
death.
gives you the most loot and stuff at first, and the stuff like that. But adventure is default.
Hey, I hit level 2. Holy crap. Hit level 2 on my first day. Yay me! Okay, it is awfully dead. And I do not mean the pun. It is dead. There is no zombies, no bears, no sounds. Other than like crickets. Evil. Oh, there's a house. Definitely find zombies there. But I also need to get the zombies away from it so I can hopefully find arrows. Not arrows, cooking pot. Deer. Derpty der. Haha, hopscotch on rocks. Hello, random zombie. Right to you too. Okay, that was deer. Oh no, that was zombie. One thing about running uphill, you have no idea what you're running into. And Trader Joel's is now closed. Of course it is. Righty then. That land you're talking about? Right over there?
Just go over to it,
Mm. This one right here, the one that looks like lava all over the place. I know I'm thirsty, damn it. Don't have to remind me. Good thing about health bags, or blood bags, they're nasty, but they're good on food, water, and health. Especially in a pinch.
and if you can find a blood kit, you can take your own blood.
Okay, dumb zombie is good zombie. Dumb zombie can stay over there. Evil. Evil. Evil be gone. Wow. Anyway, this is Trader. And this is the good one. Because he lives in a giant house. This is Trader Joel. He is the nice one. If you find Trader Rufus...
Not Rufus.
Or...
What's his name? He's a grumpy old man, short hair.
Pretty sure that's Rufus.
No,
Anyway, there's another one that looks like an old man, an old codger, looks like mean as crap. Kind of like one of those, I lost my family in the zombie apocalypse kind of thing, sour all the time.
And he always calls you names. And
anyway, he's a dick. Just straight up a dick. All the time. Calls you names, calls you an asshole, calls you a moron. Tells you need to spend more money.
If you ain't spending money, get out.
If you ain't spending money, get the out of the store. I think Shiva has finally disappeared. Yeah. Anyway. I've been streaming for a little over an hour and a half. No! Fuck! Fuck, 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 fuck. Forgot zombies run! Forgot zombies run! Oh, that's bull.
You turned it all the way up.
I forgot zombies run. Oh. How the hell am I not killing you? Please forget I'm here. Please forget I'm here. No, go away. Damn it. Really? I spawned in the middle of a group of zombies. I'm gonna spawn in with more zombies. Oh, welcome, new viewer. Anyway, made it to the tavern. Died shortly after. And dead. So it spawns us to stop. Nice to know there's burn zone. Straight to the north of where I was. Well, everyone, glad that you all managed to tune in. Thankful for the new subscribers and any more that could follow. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.